I don't let it destroy my life nor run it.
How did you know that you were different?
By the way others treated me, unfortunately, which started off being pretty negative. I was bullied a lot when I was much younger, and really all throughout school. I was never really allowed to forget that I was different because those around me seemed so intent to rub it in. But when I first came to focus and was diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome, I began to at least have something that I could ask questions about, gain a little bit more information, and information is precisely what I was given. When I found the answers that I needed, it made it a little bit more clear what exactly it was that set me apart from others and why I was having the difficulties I was having.
Do you still feel that you're set apart?
Yes, but it's okay with me now. I don't mind. Largely because most of the people who ostracized me, really I didn't want their company to begin with.
Right.
I'm kind of a solitary person. I like doing my own thing. I like lots of time to myself. I like having a very few people to whom I can be very close, but I get overwhelmed very easily by being around lots of people or by being around people too much. So it works for me.
I think that's true, again, for everybody here, is that they need nice, quiet, safe people to be around, not a lot of noise, stimulation, that kind of thing. And fidgets to help too,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
There is always the sensory aspect.
Lauren, what is having autism like for you? Or being on the spectrum?
Being on the spectrum, it's very hard for me.
Hard for you in what way?
Well, it just gives me another reason to be made fun of, really.
Gives you another reason to be made fun of?
Yeah,
Yeah. Have you been made fun of a lot?
many times. I've lost friends just because I'm different.
Mm-hmm.
I've always known I've been a little off from everybody else.
How did you know you were always a little off from everyone else?
Well, I just had this feeling in my gut,
A feeling in your gut that you weren't like other people?
Yeah.
How do you feel about being different now? Is it getting any
It's-
better?
It's not really. It
Not
just
really?
seems to get worse.
Well, how old are you?
13.
Yeah, those are hard years, 13. You know, you're trying to figure out a lot of things that are hard for regular guys, never mind, you know, somebody on the spectrum. What would you like the world to know about being on the spectrum?
It's very hard. It's hard to be different. It hurts. It hurts a lot.
And you know what? When Lucas was your age, that's how he felt. And this, Lucas, you're feeling better about yourself. That's new in the last few years.
Yeah, you eventually come to realize that what other people think shouldn't define how you live your life, you know? You learn that they'll say what they want to say, and you can either let them destroy things for you or point at them and laugh.
But you're not there yet, right?
No.
Don't rush it.
Well, she wants to learn how to feel better about herself, though, right?
Yes.
And have things not hurt so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was horrible for me when I was around 13 also.
Mm.
It was felt like it was got a lot worse.
And girls are harder on each other at 13,
Oh,
right?
Yes.
Yeah,
It's horrible.
The teasing and the making
Yes.
fun of.
It's
And
really bad.
Guys
Yeah.
are pretty rotten too. I think
Guys-
it's just the age. People are nasty to each other.
Yeah, it was pretty horrible for me too, especially with my dad.
Yeah,
Well, I'm.
we're talking
other
like,
peers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but he kind of treated me like a peer. He would punch me every now and then. But,
yeah, well, that's not a good thing, is it, Mike?
Right.
Andy, what about you and being on the spectrum?
Well, as some of you may know, I was diagnosed with Asperger's at 23, and I'm 29 right now. So I felt a lot, almost safer in a way, like since I got because as far as who I am and fitting in with the world, because I really like having the Asperger's label rather than just the ADD label.
Because why, Andy?
I've learned a lot about it, and I've also, I felt that it really defines. It doesn't define who I am, like we were saying, but it defines the sort of if I'm searching for what's my purpose? It's like helping people with it, like autism spectrum disorders, as well as having it is really who I am overall.
So that fit more to you
Yeah,
than just having
Then-
ADD
yeah.
or learning disabilities.
Which I still have, but I mean the Asperger's is really like the overall diagnosis. Yeah.
What would you like the world to know about autism?
For me, it's the I have an incredible memory, especially of like sports games. So.
And what causes you the most trouble about having autism?
Well, I have a lot of social anxiety, so that would be like the trouble aspect. Is just like fitting in over the years has been a little bit of a hard thing to do for me, but I still was able to do it because of like track and field in high school. So.
And one of the when I think about it, one of the things that autism that you have in common with Emily, and I don't know about anyone else, but not wanting to grow up.
Right. Yeah. I'm like a Peter Pan. Well, Peter Pan is many things. So.
Because both they like their comfort zone,
Yeah.
and you don't want to grow
Right.
up.
Yeah.
But you will.
Maybe.
Not if you can avoid it.
Yeah.
Maybe. If you can avoid it, you're gonna.
And I have avoided it for the most part. Like I've avoided a lot of things, like overall, like but I mean, I've avoided growing up, like for the most part, yeah.
Oh, and so that's another thing that people should know about autism. Is that sometimes people like to avoid things. And are
Yeah.
you avoiding things to be bad or?
No, I mean, I always say to myself, I'm not doing this to be like a jerk or anything, but I sort of do it because I don't feel like I can do something. So.
You don't feel safe or
Right, yeah.
feel comfortable or like you're going to succeed.
Yeah.
Alex, what would you like? Hi, honey. What would you like people to know about autism?
Like to know that will have to understand me even when I'm not talking.
So you want people to try and understand you even when you're not talking. And what do how do you know you have autism? What makes you different?
Takes me longer to learn most of the more complex rules.
Takes you longer to learn the complex rules, right?
Most of them.
Like, give me an example of a rule that's hard for you to learn.
The rule against touching other people's babies.
Yeah, Alex loves babies, and he likes to go up and just talk to people's babies and touch them. And that's not such a good thing, is it? Why isn't that a good thing?
Could be someone I don't know.
Because sometimes people, if you don't know them, they don't know who you are and why you want to come up and touch their baby, right? How else do you know you have autism? What goes on in that head of yours?
I always have a song playing in my head.
You always have a song playing in your head, and that goes on all the time, right? Your mind is always going, correct? How many of the rest of you is your mind's always going? Is your mind very busy?
Yeah.
Very busy. And is that why some of you like to go out into the what I call la la land?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, I mean, because I feel a little bit safer there.
Yeah, and you can just check out, right?
Yeah.
How many here can just check right out and go into their own little world?
When I have a book in my hands, I can.
When you have a book in your hand. Emily, you don't even need a book in your hand.
No.
How about you, Ben? Can you go into your own little world?
Yeah.
Yeah. How do we get you out of your own little world, Lauren?
Well, usually you have to shake me. Wake up, wake up.
Hello, Earth to Lauren, right?
Yep.
Alex, how do we get you out of your world when you're into it? Or you can come out pretty quickly.
Come out pretty quickly.
Yeah, we just have to say your name and say, yoo-hoo. What about you, Andy? You're a little tougher sometimes.
I think it's just sort of persuasion by saying you get like a cookie if you do now. Well, actually that has worked with my parents.
Good incentive for you, huh?
Sad but true, that does work with Andy.
I mean, my parents over the years have said if you get a good grade, we'll take you out to dinner and stuff like that. So I mean that stuff does work. So.
I still can't find a good way into my own world. The entrance still eludes me. There are times when I wish I could actually get in, but I can't.
Yeah, you're not one that goes into your own world that often, right?
Really, ever. And there are times when I wish I could because the one that I'm in just really isn't working out for whatever reason.
And Emily, what gets you out of your little la-la?
I don't know, it's hard. I guess I guess I need this dress because I